Kurt Cignetti, Dan Lanning, Mario Cristobal, and Pete Golding here. Rank them. Who you have the most trust in going forward here to win a national champion?
All right, so I'm going the other order here. I'm going to start at the top. It's Cignetti easily for me. I mean, the difference that he makes with these players and the results on the field speaking for themselves, and how focused and mistake free Indiana tends to be. I think that's a reflection of Cignetti. So he is my most trusted coach. I think I'll put Lanning at 2. He's played in big game, or he's coached in big games before. I mean, he's been great basically from the jump. There was very little sort of learning curve for him taking over a program like Oregon and just immediately kind of returning them to where they really kind of should be. A couple of playoff appearances here. So I think that as far as in-game stuff, the best coaching matchup is definitely Indiana versus Oregon. Cristobal, I hate putting him 3. I hate putting him ahead of anybody. I think he's a phenomenal program builder, but the in-game stuff I do worry a bit about sometimes. Holding is just a total. He's a wild card, but the results.
He only got 2 games.
Yeah, he's only got 2 games, so you gotta just bear with me on that answer, Rebels fans. I know you'll get up in our TikTok comments if Ole Miss does win that game, but I think just by default you got to say that the least and therefore you trust Golding the least.
Yeah, same exact order from me. Kurt Cignetti's number 1. I just have blind faith in everything the man does right now. He is terrifying. Like, I talked about this in our recap show the other day. That point that he had at McAfee, now a little back and forth, I was just like, oh God, like they are locked in like Death Star, just blowing up planets right now. So give me Sig at 1. I'll put Dan Lanning at number 2 here, even though I do have some concerns with him. Like, it's always just like with Lanning, there's one team every season that just seems to just trip him up, that he can't quite figure it out. And I do think, too, if Oregon loses this game and they get handled, it's going to be a toxic discourse around Dan Lanning, I think, coming out of that game, where it could be almost James Franklin-like. Where like, oh, okay, you put all these great regular seasons, you win all these games, but then once you go up against someone who's equal to you, like you can't come through. But we'll wait and see. Don't want to put words in anyone's mouth yet, but that is something I'm keeping an eye on. I'll put Mario at 3. Don't love it either, but just like by process of elimination here, I got to put Mario at 3. I'm waiting for like the gaffe, like with Miami. That is what scares me and concerns me about Miami so much, is that something like they're going to mismanage something in one of these games. But wait and see. And then finally, Pete Golding, I got number 4. We only have a 2-game sample size, but I will say this too. They have Joe Judge as like their game coordinator or whatever, and I don't want that guy anywhere near any of my game management, so that's why I'm putting the Ole Miss coaching staff at number 4.